Well, apparently, you can stay infinitely in the air with a pro. Wow! I think that was possibly the biggest sonic boom I have seen in this game so far. Hello and welcome back to my channel, guys. I'm your host, Nobody, and today we're going back to Instruments of Destruction. So in the last episode, I ended up making this semi-automatic shotgun, and it was actually one of my more successful builds in the game so far. Unlike a lot of builds in the past, this one was actually developed by my own mind. I didn't actually have a reference point, and you guys seem to really like this thing. Currently sitting over 1,000 views, and quite a few of you actually subscribed due to that video. So with the success of that last build, I thought I would kind of do a repeat of this one and actually develop something else from my own mind. Instruments of Destruction here lately actually had another update incorporating impact into the game, and I thought we would play around with that and actually make a giant hammer of sorts, trying to take advantage of that the best we can. Trying to make a custom design that's anywhere near as potent as this vehicle is definitely going to be a challenge, but I'm up to it. But with nothing else to talk about, let's go ahead and get into the build. Alright guys, here it is. Now shockingly enough, this creation only took me about 1 hour to complete. It's definitely one of the faster builds that I have made in this game. I figured the color turned out actually pretty good with the black and red. I thought it looked really nice, and you guys probably noticed that there was a new addition to the front of this guy. I'm not going to show you quite yet what it can do, but it's going to be interesting. There's really nothing we can do on this map, so let's go ahead and change maps and see what this guy can do. Alright guys, here we go. Structural Zoo number 1. It's definitely one of my favorite maps for testing. I'm sure you guys realize that by now. So before we show you guys the hammer, I'm actually going to show you the new addition here on the front. Now, along with there being saw blades, there's also quite a bit of magnets also inside of this thing. So yeah, when we cut the base of a building off, it just goes flying like a football, man. That one's definitely going to get some distance. And touchdown. That looked like it was about twice as far as the island is long, so I'd say that one was pretty good. You can also see that we also have a Q command down here, so if we hit Q, we actually also have this thing, you know, kind of on some pistons here. And, yeah, and that's also a potential side effect of the pistons. Let me go ahead and reset. Yeah, so for whatever reason, when we use the pistons, it basically causes Armageddon with the game. So let's just go ahead and try it again. There we go. Oh, the camera. And, oh, Lord, that one looks like it's going to go quite a bit further. All right, well, I guess we're going to watch. And touchdown. Yeah. Oh, wow. That was quite far, guys. You can see that they activate with the blades and they also deactivate with the blades, so there's no conflicting things there. All right, so the main thing, the hammer. Let's go ahead and see what it's doing. If we hit E, we can lock ourselves to the ground. I think that's pretty important for this guy. We can go ahead and look. We do have tough structures on, and if we hit these arrow keys, this is what it'll do. For whatever reason, that wasn't too good. Oh, yep, there we go. There we go. That's definitely a lot better. It looked like we had a bigger impact. Wow. Yeah. All right, so there was a proper impact. Okay. And that basically destroyed. For whatever reason, I'm noticing I'm getting a bigger shockwave with the rear of the hammer. I wonder if that has something to do with... Wow, that one was massive. And yeah, there goes 2 more buildings because of that. Now, if we go into the build menu, it's kind of hard to see the hammer if we're not here. You can see we do have quite a bit of spikes, so there's a lot of different points of contact with the ground, and I do think they penetrate a little bit. But we only have 2 points on the back, so I wonder if it's having an easier time registering just the 2 spikes versus, you know, the 20 or so here up the front. You know, something we could try as well is we could actually shrink all these down to see if that kind of helps with the ends of the spikes clipping into the ground. Maybe that'll help it register the impact a little easier. Who knows? All right, and there we go. We got a bob down hammer. So let's go ahead and see if this is any more effective than with the long one. So I'm kind of curious about this myself. I actually haven't done any testing on it. Let's go ahead and rear the hammer back a little bit. Apparently the ass end of this thing just nuked the whole island. Oh God, let's reset. All right, well, if it's that potent, we should be able to accomplish something from here. Let's just do it. That didn't seem too effective, so that apparently made it worse. Let's just get a little bit closer just to see. We'll go ahead and lock down right here. Alright, well, there goes the ass end again. Thankfully, it didn't nuke the whole island this time. Alright, here we go. And that was just a complete dud. Do something. Oh. Alright, well, there's one more thing I think we can try. We can see that the 2 singular points kind of did a way better job, but again, we have the same issue where we have multiple impact points at the same time. So let's just go ahead and pick the one dead center here and only extend this one and see if that does any better. So in theory, this one might do better than the rear of the hammer, considering there's a singular point making contact with the ground. I'm thinking that's about good, and let's try it out. Kinda. Let's try one more time. Let's try multiple times. Alright. Oh! Alright, well, I think that's pretty definitive. Aside from just completely nuking my frame rate, that is really nowhere near as effective as if it was long. Alright, so there's one more thing I think we can try. I do see a little bit of collision going on when it comes to that hammer and these things right here. So what if we just delete this? And now we have absolutely nothing in the front of this guy. Maybe that's also where the glitching is coming from. Let's go ahead and lock her down, and here we go. And... oh! Wow. Okay, alright, that's what I want to see. The whole map just disintegrated. Let's go ahead and just reset one more time to verify that. I'm not even gonna lock ourselves to the ground. Here we go. Well, there we go. Take that. All right, head flip for the win. Oh, we've made a flying device too, man. Well, apparently you can stay infinitely in the air with a Wow! I think that was possibly the biggest sonic boom I have seen in this game so far. I don't even think I've seen another YouTuber's creation have a sonic boom anywhere near that big. Let's see if we can try to replicate. I wish I knew what actually transpired. All right, well, hold on. I'm going to go actually look at my footage and see what actually made impact here. All right, well, I actually reviewed the footage here, and I saw something actually fairly interesting. It was actually the side profile of one of these rear spikes that made that contact. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to pull out this center spike here. Let's go ahead and do that, and then let's try to rotate it a little bit. You know what? That's looking about right. And let's just go ahead and strap a flex beam onto this thing as well, and that means the side profile of this spike will actually make contact with the ground, and let's see if we can recreate what we just seen. Well, we really don't have to get close if this works. Here we go. Alright, well that's definitely something. You can see the entirety of the spike is actually clipped into the ground right now. Oh, there we go. Slower distance. Now, I actually have an idea. What happens if we actually slow down the hinge on this guy? Will that actually produce a bigger sonic boom? Alright, so here we go. We can see we got 400 times torque and tune times 6. Let's just go ahead and kind of half it. Let's go to 3 here and see if a slower moving hammer will actually produce a bigger sonic boom. Let's go ahead and launch ourselves to the ground, and here we go. Kinda. You can see it's actually glitching into the ground quite a bit more. It's producing multiple sonic booms. I mean, that was definitely an improvement over what we just tested. Alright, guys, there's only one more thing I can possibly imagine to actually do here, and that is to just copy and paste more spikes on top of each other. Alright, and here we go. We have actually 3 spikes actually clipped into each other now, so I'm curious if this will resist going into the ground. Alright, last try. Not really. There we go. That was definitely a lot better. Yeah, that wiped the entire map. Maybe we're on to something. Let's try one more time. I just want to see, and it looks like the tip of this thing is resistant to actually going in the ground now. That was another big sonic boom, and it seems like the best results is coming from like a quarter swing here, so that is where the biggest sonic booms are coming from. It's not to have that big of a swing arc. I guess that gives the game the ability to actually register the end of this thing actually coming in contact with the ground. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's build. If you did, please consider leaving a like. That lets me know that you guys want to see more Instruments of Destruction. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, as I'm a very small YouTuber, and it does help me out tremendously. As always, there is a workshop link down below if you guys are interested in playing this game for yourself. Oh, God! Consider this your warning. If you don't have a decently spec'd PC, maybe not touch this creation in hindsight. And with that, guys, I will see you all in the next one.